Hi, first grade friends. Miss Slaughter here. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to look at a picture and be able to use that picture to describe what's happening in the story. Maybe describe how characters are feeling, to describe beginning, middle, and end, to describe the characters or the setting. So for our story, I'm going to stick with the one I've used for a couple other videos, Pig the Pug, and I'll read it again real quick. Thankfully, this book is short. So Pig the Pug. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say he was greedy and selfish in most every way. He lived in a house with a wiener dog, Trevor, but was he nice to him? I'll tell you, never. You've got some great toys there, poor Trevor would say, but Pig would just grumble, they're mine, go away. But it might be more fun, Trevor said to Pig, if we both played together. Well, Pig flipped his wig. No, they are mine, didn't you hear? Only mine. You keep your paws off them. They are mine, mine, mine. I know what your game is. You want me to share it, but I'll never do that. I won't, I swear. And with that, he proceeded to gather his stuff and make a big pile with a huff and a puff. And once he had gathered them up in a pile, he howled from the top with a satisfied smile. There, shouted Pig, now you won't get my loot. It's mine, 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 mine. So why don't you scoot? But just at that moment, poor Trevor did see the pile was wobbling. Oh, dear me. Watch out there, Trevor did cry. But the shame of it was, well, pugs cannot fly. Look what happened. Boom. He fell out of the window and he cannot fly. These days, it's different, I'm happy to say. It's so very different in most every way. Yes, Pig shares his toys now, and Trevor's his friend, and they both play together while Pig's on the mend. Because look, poor Pig had fallen, and now he's in a cast. So now, since we're talking about the illustrations, which illustrations is a fancy word for picture, I wanted to look at this picture from the book. This is when Pig was on top of his pile, and he was saying, they're mine, 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 mine. Now, in the story right here, it never talked about how either character was feeling. But if I look at the picture, I can tell you how both characters are feeling just by looking. So let's look closely at Pig's face here. His eyes are wide. He's got his big smile, his arms out. To me, he's feeling very happy right now. Maybe a little proud. And I know he's so happy because he has all of his toys and he doesn't have to share them, and he didn't want to share. So he's like, yay. So I can tell just from looking at this picture that Pig is feeling very happy. Now let's look at Trevor here. Trevor's looking up. He's got a little red near his eyes, looking up like this. His mouth isn't doing much. So here I'm thinking Trevor might be feeling a little. What would your guess be? I would say also sad. He's feeling a little sad because Pig took all the toys and wouldn't share. And how would you feel if someone took your toys and they wouldn't share? I would feel sad too. I can also see in this picture, I can describe the setting. I can tell right now that they're inside a house because I can see the curtains here. I can see the toys, so I know the characters are inside. I can also talk to you about the characters. I can say Pig is a character and Trevor's a character. So all these things I can tell you just from looking at the picture. Let's look at another picture from the book right after. Again, this was, he was at the top of the pile and the pile was wobbling. And again, look at Trevor's face here. It's not telling us how Trevor was feeling, but I can tell his eyes are wide, his mouth's like this. And I make that face when I'm worried or scared. I think Trevor is feeling worried. And the reason I think Trevor's feeling worried is because his friend who lives with him, right, maybe his brother, is falling out the window. And look carefully at Pig's face. Pig's eyes are wide. How do you think Pig is feeling at this moment? Pig is feeling scared. He knows he's falling. And when you have that feeling, when you trip or fall, you know that you're scared. So again, the words on the story didn't tell us how either character was feeling, But I can also tell from here that they're still inside the house. So the setting is still in a house. I can tell because of the curtains. I can tell because there's toys. We're looking at a window from the inside. So you can tell a lot from a picture, friends, just by looking at it. Let's look at one more here. Let's look at this one here in the story. So here I can see this is when Pig started to gather his pile. And then poor Trevor's over here. And again, this isn't telling us how Trevor is, but look, he's slumped over, kind of looking. And this is the part where Pig wasn't sharing. So again, I can tell Trevor's feeling sad. Pig looks kind of like he's feeling silly. He's kind of got, he's making his pile. He doesn't want to share. I can also tell the setting. I can tell that we're inside a house. I can see more of the house in this picture. I can see the mat. I can see the walls in the house. I can see the curtains. So friends, whenever you're reading a story, it's always good to look at the pictures because the pictures can give you some information that maybe the words weren't. Pictures weren't telling us how the characters were feeling, or the words weren't, but the pictures did. So I hope this helps you as a way to use illustrations or pictures to give you more details about a story. Bye, friends. I'll talk to you later.